Good morning. I wanted to respond to the person who left a comment about the reason why Gen Z, go about leaving jobs and don't stay is because they're not getting paid for the amount of work they want to perform. And I wanted to share that I did reply back to them individually, but I wanted to make this as a full video as well. When it comes down to getting paid or what you consider your value, everyone looks at value differently. Your employees look at value differently. You look at value differently. And you got to remember that when you took that position, you may have known the amount of money they will pay you. You also can do your research on the company. If you ever get a moment, you stay and you sit and you look at the information. It's sort of like a relationship. You don't jump into the relationship just because someone offered you to take you on a date. You have to say, is this the best that I can do, or do I want? It's like a relationship. So you kind of study that person out. You may talk on the phone for 2 to 3 hours, kind of get to know the person. Same thing with companies and things that you take on. Trust me, when I worked in hospitality, I knew it was not easy. I knew that I had to deal with clientele that were rude or mean or nasty. I knew it. So when I took the position, I already knew it. Now, did I get frustrated during the times? Yeah, but I didn't just quit because they got on my nerves. Now, again, I repeat, I don't ask that you continue in a toxic environment, but I do ask that you think about, before you even accept a position, what the position is all about. No understanding what the company is about. What's the company? Ask the company what I consider culture. Because I remember working at Starbucks, there was a culture at Starbucks. We worked our butts off, but it was a culture. When I worked part-time at Chick-fil-A, it was a culture. When I was a case manager, it was a everything has a culture. So you got to kind of know what those jobs are like. Now, I will encourage, and I did encourage this person I replied back to, get a skill set that can pay you the amount of money that will benefit your lifestyle. So if you know that $14 an hour will not benefit your lifestyle, now you may say, well, that's all I could get. No, what I'm saying to you is, think about it before you jump into something. I'm not saying you shouldn't get a job, because we should work. I think all of us should be having some type of opportunity to give forth in our situation. It can't be money given to you. There are some people who are born in money, but I don't think the majority of the people that come to my channel are born in money. I just don't see that. But I will say this, and I'll say it till the tires fall off, or wheels, or whatever. Get a better skill set. If you go a couple videos back, you'll see my videos talking about get a better skill set. The skills you have determines the amount of money sometimes you're going to make. For instance, if you are a plumber or HVAC or a lineman who gets on poles and fix electricity, they don't make $10, $15 an hour. Or you look at the longshoremen. Yeah, they're basically forklift drivers, and what they're at the they're at the ports and everything, but they're forklift drivers, and they're moving items from the ship to get to wherever the destination got to go over here in the U.S. that's been imported. What gets them even better monies is because they're in a union. Okay, so their monies are going to look differently. But again, you just can't walk up in one of the ports and go, hey, I want to be a longshoreman. It don't work like that. It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? There are people who get on and they start for 80,000 plus. Now, compared to that, they're making what an engineer could make. An engineer has 4 years of college and may have 2 years of an MBA. They're making what an engineer make. Do we say it's fair? Probably not. Are we upset? Well, you can be, but it don't stop them from getting a paycheck. So what you want to do is look at your skill set and think, I'm taking this position, but I don't do nothing. I push papers all day. What's your stressor? I'm just wondering. I work in social work. Do I have stressors? Yeah, because I have mandated court reports. I have to visit children, have to report if there's an issue with the child. I have to make sure that child who's under my care is getting the best medical, dental, visual, even down to school, and making sure they're not, in any harm's way. Is that stress? Yes, that can be very stressful. Now, I have complained before. I quit in my head. But one thing I don't do is disrespect where I work. And no, I haven't quit. Some people have. It's just a different way of me. Am I just saying all Gen Xers are loyal and will continue with the jobs that they have because that's what we do? No. What I'm sharing with you is I think we're raised in a different environment, different culture. So we're not, going to automatically start, quitting jobs. Now I'm seeing some more people in what I consider the Gen X vibe on the various channels saying they're quitting. One said I'm free. I've done that. I share with you guys. I'm only coming to you because I can verbally say that I quit my job and I didn't have the best backup plan. And I will say this, some of you don't, some of you won't, and you might not be a Gen Z, you may be the Gen X. I'm just encouraging you that you get a better skill set. And I don't care if you're an older person, you can go get a skill set and you can look. There's and I don't have it in front of me, guys, please forgive me, but there is a book I used to give to young people, and it would just share that they could get a certain position based on, like the criteria. It would say this is how much it pays. And I can't remember what it's called, you guys. You may already know, but it's a workforce, whatever. And it tells you every skill set imaginable where you work for, you work. And it would tell you how much it pays. It'll give you a projection. So I would take that book, and when I was a case manager in a high school, and I would show it to the young people. And I said, this is your projection if you take this position. This is your projection if you take this position. And that helped them to understand that this may not be what they want. They may want to live or make more money, right? And so that's what I would do. So I just want to come to you guys. I want to respond and say I'm not here to tell you not to quit. What I am here to tell you, if you're not making the money you need to make, you got to look at your skill set. You got to look at yourself and say, can I do more? Can I be more? Can I start a side business that will help pay me more? I don't know. That's just what I thought. Bye, y'all.